moving on, I guess. Miles moved on before we started. Let's talk food. Food we hadn't had before. Let's talk restaurants. Let's talk restaurants.
Okay.
The first restaurant. Oh, sorry. Okay.
You gotta look at the camera and talk to the camera.
Yeah, turn around.
Okay, you're turning.
Plain cheeseburger with pickles on it.
When did that happen?
Deluxe burger, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cause
Yeah.
it's a burger joint. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
Yep.
We'll come back to that.
Because that was a new food that he's added to his repertoire.
He's been a picky eater for a little while. I mean, not super picky. He's what I always come back to. I guess what we always kind of come back to is that because he eats fruits and vegetables, we don't really get hung up on all the like entree type stuff that he doesn't eat. But
Because he does.
he'll eat fruit all day
Most all
long,
fruit.
and he eats enough vegetables that we don't need to worry about things like that. But yeah, we'll get to the whole burger thing in a little while. So what's the first restaurant that was new that we sat down at?
Three British.
For you,
We already
yes.
talked about that though. Moving on.
On Tuesday for lunch.
Oh.
Where'd we eat? Wasn't even on Earth.
Oh, Space 220.
Space 220 at Epcot, which is mind-blowing. Just, it's one of those places that you got to do at least once. I don't know if we'll do it again. Definitely not the sit-down meal, but because I think you can go and sit at the bar or whatever.
Yeah, they have a lounge of some sort.
Yeah. But anyway, you get in and it's 220 miles. Yeah. Miles.
Above the Earth.
Above the Earth, so you get in and it's like you're in this rocket thing
Elevator
that's going
type thing.
Yeah, elevator type.
It's really cool.
It's mind-blowing.
We
We got footage, so
there's
you'll see, but
you go into this room, this elevator or whatever, and you can look up to where you're going, and you can look down to where you've been, and you can see yourself blast up with Epcot and then Florida and then the United. And it's really cool. It's interesting. It's Disney, right? They didn't screw it up, and it's just really cool. And then so when you go in, when the doors open, and you go into the restaurant, then what?
It's like you're in this big looks like a circular room.
Mm-hmm.
And
it has windows all around.
Where the
and it's
windows
like
look out.
space, and you can look at Earth.
Yeah.
We got lucky. We got
lucky.
we got very lucky where we got seated. Like we were not in the booth, but one
One
the
row
aisle.
back,
Yeah.
essentially.
We weren't right at the windows. We were one row back, but the view wasn't really obstructed
We're
or
in the
anything. It was
second row.
pretty cool. So what came by when you're sitting there outside in space?
Star Wars ships and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if they were actually Star Wars. It was
They looked
spaceships.
Like I
and
think
stuff.
one of them was the Minotaur.
Was it?
Yeah.
And then two astronauts came by, and what were they? They had something in their
They
hand.
had lightsabers.
They had a lightsaber duel as they're kind of hurtling through space. That was pretty fun.
We saw a purple and white ship that probably came around 5 times.
Yeah. What were we hoping to see?
A dog.
There's no dog, Betty.
Oh yeah.
She's been waiting for us to say that.
I think there is a dog, but we were there for probably an hour and a half.
And the dog
we never
still
saw
we never
the
saw
dog, but I think there is a dog.
Yes.
What did they say the dog from?
Somebody asked a cast member, and the cast member said yes, indeed. Sometimes, and it's pretty rare, I think she said, but there is a space family comes out, I guess, and they're walking their space dog. So but we didn't get to see that, but hey, it's okay.
We did see a family, but they did not have the dog.
They did not have a dog.
Dog got off the leash or something.
Yeah.
We better talk about the food there at Space 220.
I forget what
Should
I
the-
had. The cauliflower?
Should the unpopular opinion start first, or should we? How do you want to do it?
What do you mean unpopular opinion?
All right, listen. I wouldn't go there again.
Well, I agree.
Couple reasons. I don't really enjoy doing sit-down restaurants too much at Disney. It's a time suck. It just takes so much time from other things you can do, and I like to do, right? Two, it's prefix, and that drives me insane. And
I'm done with this.
It just does. It's really hard for me to justify the cost of some of these things for what you get. So yeah, prefix. So we did lunch, so it was a little less expensive than dinner. But for me, when I go to a place like that and pay that, and I had the what was it, buffalo broccoli,
Cauliflower.
buffalo
really,
cauliflower
really
things,
good.
which was awesome, right? Awesome, off the charts, awesome, right? And then I got the steak, and the steak for me was just blah. I'd rather cook one right over here myself than eat that one again. And that's not to say there weren't other good things on the menu, but for me that was a huge disappointment. Not that it wasn't good, but it wasn't great. And I'm a firm believer in not paying for the atmosphere, but that's what I did in that case. And it was good,
It's a one and done.
but not great. But yeah, I wouldn't go back. I might try the lounge, I guess, just to see what the details are on that. But again, the food, when the food's that disappointing, it costs that much, I get really annoyed. But I try and keep on a happy face.
I was not as annoyed with the steak. I think we all.
Yeah, we
the
talked about
adults-
this before.
All the adults got steak.
Yeah,
Because it was
probably a burger.
steak and garlic. I can't remember.
I did get
It
it.
had
Yeah,
like a
garlic
garlic
butter,
butter on top.
Yep.
I thought it was delicious. Again, I would choose to eat the steak that he made over that.
That's
But it wasn't as bad as I enjoyed it.
It wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I had like a burger.
Yeah.
Remember, I got the kids burger because like the one on the adult menu had like bacon jam on it.
Oh yeah, he wasn't sure he was going to like all the things on the adult size burger, and we saw one like go by or something. It was pretty massive, or maybe we're just looking at the menu and thinking it was massive. And so yeah, so tell us about the kid burger.
A bit more like cooked more than I'm used to.
You prefer your burgers medium? Medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tend to make them at home medium rare to medium, probably a little closer to medium for the most part, and it was past that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I could like taste like kind of like the burntness of it.
The burntness of it.
Or the well doneness.
The
Yeah.
char? I don't know how to.
Oh,
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it looking like it was
wasn't-
charred,
it wasn't
but
great.
yeah, I mean, obviously the longer you cook something like that, the less juicy it becomes, generally speaking. So
It was pretty dry.
it was pretty dry. There you go. What was on it? Anything special about it? It was
Cheese.
Just, just
all it was.
cheese.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So perhaps we should have taken a chance on the adult burger. I don't know. All right, no idea what we were talking about. Something about the burger.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Yeah.
Just wasn't.
It's drawn on.
So anyway, bottom line, Space 220, very cool concept.
Yeah.
Very cool overall. Some of us were not satisfied with the food, and it is what it is, If you love Space 220, then go back. I didn't love it, might go back, but it's definitely, dropped down on the, it's off the list, like completely crossed off because I've done it, and it's definitely down the list of places that I would return to. So anyway, that's that. Where else did we eat for the first time, like sit-down places?
Ohana.
Ohana. I won't go first this time.
Debbie Downer.
Okay.
Ohana. So Ohana is the restaurant, one of the restaurants in the Polynesian resort, and it is also prefixed. So, however, you get a ton of food.
Because it's served family style.
It is family style, and so there is no choice as far as what you get. It's already set, so there's appetizers, there's entree,
There's bread service,
bread service,
which is really good. There's
salad
something
too.
about that
I
bread.
think.
Oh yes, salad too.
So
The bread is like, is it pineapple-y?
it
Yeah,
was
something like
pineapple
that.
like
Pineapple coconut. And I'm not a big coconut fan, but I could have just
I could
chow down on that bread.
I could have eaten it like all day.
It was really,
was
really
so
good. The pineapple was much more forward to me than the coconut, and I think that's what made me like it so much, because I love pineapple, and I love bread probably too much too.
Can I go through like the whole like?
Well, Mom's got her finger up. We're gonna
Okay.
let her talk.
Nope, go ahead. we forgot the thing that we did before that. So we'll have to go back for that.
Oh yeah.
So, starts off with like salad and bread. What was the like vinaigrette that was on the salad?
Just some kind of citrus vinaigrette,
It
I
was
think.
I really like the salad. And
Yeah.
then, what was next? Was it
Appetizers.
Like the pot stickers
Oh,
or the
yeah.
dumplings.
Chicken wings,
Wings.
Oh yeah. So it was like chicken wings,
noodles.
noodles, pot stickers, shrimp.
I think shrimp was one of the entrees.
Oh
Right.
yeah, and then what was the It was like it was on the same plate as the chicken wings.
I don't remember.
It was like a teriyaki, like chicken leg. I don't know.
No, I think you're confusing the courses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'd have to double check the
I can't
menu,
really
but
remember.
it was like 3 appetizers, which is chicken wings. The dumplings are pot stickers, and what was the other one?
The noodles.
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 What you got, Wyatt? Actually, where are we?
We're at Ohana.
Where? What'd you say?
I said we're at Ohana.
What you eat?
I just had a pop sticker,
Yeah.
and then this is it looks like a teriyaki chicken wing. It's really good.
And the entrees were chicken, beef, and shrimp. So, go for it. Oh,
It was so good.
which was so good? Anything in particular? Like what
Pot
was the standard?
stickers.
Yeah.
I ate the most of them. I ate like the most, like out of them all. Out of all like the things.
And if you want more and you eat them all, or your table finishes, they will bring you
More.
because it's all you care to enjoy. So they will bring you more than anything that you want. I loved the chicken more than I thought. I usually don't eat chicken out like at a restaurant because I feel like we can make it really good here, and no, he can make it really good.
Ding ding ding.
And so I usually just don't get it because it's usually dry or overcooked. But this, the chicken was delicious. It's blackened, kind of, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, it had a little char, but like in a good way. You know, just
Yeah.
enough color, like
Yeah.
beyond just being brown, but not, not so black that it would look like it was wearing a robe of any sort. It was just good. What else you got on any of that?
We chose. We usually like grown-up drinks, and so we chose though not to get grown-up drinks at Ohana because they are grown-up drinks is what our term is when Toy Story uses as alcoholic beverages. And so when things are on the prefix menu, that does not include alcohol, so we chose not to because we brought our own stuff to the resort anyway to try and save some money that way. But it did help. We usually do, like a couple cocktails each,
Yeah.
and that's like $14-15 each per
It's far more than
cocktail,
that.
and that's just a huge expense at a meal like that.
Yeah.
So
But it was also, I had brought it up also because with it being new food, we had never been there. I wanted to try everything and really know what it tastes like. I didn't want to have a cocktail with alcohol in it or something that was interfering with what the food actually tasted like. And at Ohana, I would do that again. It was just so good. I didn't want my palate to be competing, have competing things going on because I was drinking something that had alcohol and who knows what other flavors would have been in it along with it. So yeah, what else you got on the food? Anything in particular?
I do.
What?
The bread pudding.
Oh, dessert. Yeah, we had dessert too.
I forgot all about that. I don't know how I forgot. No matter how full you are, when they put that in front of you, it's
You're
like,
just-
oh well,
Eat it.
I'm just gonna eat it because it is that good. It is bread pudding, and then they
they put like vanilla ice cream on it, and then you have like a caramel like sauce in a
Yeah.
cute little like
Warm.
pitcher.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
pour it on.
You pour it on yourself. It was really good.
You don't pour it on yourself. Yourself pours it on
Let
your.
me guess. Hey is not a letter. So I want to go back
Good
because
pour it
see,
on
I said I wasn't going to go first on the food, right? But we've skipped ahead to dessert. I see what they're trying to do. They don't want me to talk. They don't want me to give the truth about
What?
Ohana. So two things. I'm going to say two. It's more than that. So prefix again, right? So you're paying, and you're getting everything, and it's awesome. Like some of the food was awesome. Some of the food not awesome. Let me give you an example of not awesome. The main course, the beef. Some of it was really good, but she watched me attempt to cut through a piece of it, and it wasn't the knife, right? Because
forgot
the knife
about
went
that.
through everything else just fine, and it was tough. It was chewy, and some of it was great. Some of the beef was great, but more than one chunk of that beef was like that. It was like trying to cut through leather or something. It just wasn't. It's Disney. It shouldn't be that way. Now, didn't complain about it. There's plenty of other things to eat, but it's just one of those things. Paying all this money and have something that's just so below par. And she even commented about it. I don't know if it was there at the table. She said something at some point.
Well, I didn't even try the beef.
That's what it was.
because
That's what it was.
I saw him working at cutting it,
And
and
it
I
was
thought,
work.
"Oh, I'm
was
not going to
work.
eat that because that's going to be
Yeah,
not
and
worth
she
it."
said she didn't even bother.
So I
having
didn't even
any of it.
bother because I knew the chicken was delicious and the shrimp was delicious as well. So I had
Sounds
chicken and
great.
shrimp, and that was plenty for me. I just let the beef go on by because I
Yeah.
didn't want to chew for the rest of the meal.
Yep. And so the other thing the other negative thing I wanted to bring up was the kids menu. So they have an adult price and they have a kids price. I think kids price for dinner was like
Yeah.
$40.
It's $40.
So we paid $40 for Miles to have a hot dog and fries, and we didn't know going in if he was going to have any other stuff. I think we tried to get him to try something, one or two things, and he just wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
Because again, he's a little bit picky. So we end up with a hot dog and fries, and
They do not have the kids meal listed on the menu, and so while we were thankful that they had options so that he's not just sitting there not eating, and even the way that our waiter presented it to us, he did not come out and say, "Well, we can get you a hot dog." He kind of talked to both John and I kind of aside and
Yeah.
said, we do have hot dogs and French fries and fruit, or whatever.
and some other options.
If should you need to have another option. And so we were like, okay, well, so we tried.
Yeah, we were hoping not.
Right.
But-
We tried to give him, what we were eating, and he was not eating any of that. So we were thankful for it. However, the hot dog and fruit cost $40 because
I wouldn't buy myself a $40 hot dog.
I wonder what that would taste like.
It's still a hot
Must
dog.
be like homemade.
So anyway, the chicken was awesome. The best thing, and I'd never had it before, and I'd heard people talk about it. For me, in the whole meal, was the noodles.
Noodles.
That was by far my favorite. And I think my understanding is that if you ask nicely at Tambu Tambu, which is like the bar or lounge next door to Ohana, they will get you the noodles from Ohana to eat. So I'll probably just opt for that. We had a cool view there at Ohana at our table.
You could see.
We could see the pool area, and we watched the storm roll in,
saw
which
the
was
pool
kind of cool.
close.
Saw the pool close.
Reopen.
Yeah.
Another thing,
Yeah.
they have a live musician that plays through the restaurant. Walks, plays the ukulele, and he sang songs at first, but then he was going around and basically talking to each table, and he had a microphone that piped through the whole entire restaurant. So even if you were on the way other side of the restaurant from where he was, you could hear it as if he was standing right there, playing or singing right there. But he would go around and talk to each table, and if they had something to celebrate, he would announce it, and then the whole restaurant would clap for each thing. And
For our cousin.
yes, they call everyone cousins because Ohana means
Family.
yes. So that was kind of cool. I do admit clapping after each announcement and he did it for probably 30 or 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or more, because we
Yeah.
left and he
was still going.
He played a few songs, and then the rest of the time he was doing that,
Yeah.
which was very lovely. And I mean, he even my stepmom retired, Betty.
What's your name?
Betty.
Betty. All right, gang. Tonight we have Betty with us. She taught school for 6 years? 37. 37 years, and she just retired. Let's give it up for Betty, everybody. Come on, and of course, all the teachers.
But it was constant clapping after that.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, I think at first I was like, this is kind of annoying, just the constant clapping. I think eventually I just kind of tuned it out, and I still participated in a half-hearted way because it's all you care to enjoy. I was caring to enjoy as much as I could, or all that I could. But yeah, all right. So, and the dessert, like, I don't know how many times I put dessert on my plate. It was so good, and I don't really eat a lot of sweets, but it was like, it was awesome. So yeah, we got to back up. We actually had a little adventure right before dinner, didn't we? Where'd we go?
Trader Sam's.
Trader Sam's, Grog, Grotto.
Yep.
Which was fun. Our first time there. I don't even remember what I got, but it's
Some margarita.
yeah. I think I got a margarita. But just all the extra stuff that happens when people are served certain drinks. It's just fun, and
It's like a happy hour with a show.
yeah, it's a show, but it's not a constant show.
What people order that are there.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun. There's not a lot of space in there. Like you have to get on a wait list and this and that. But we were able to do that, no problem. But I would like to go back. Was it after 8? No children.
Yeah.
I would like to go back after 8 and just check it out, just to see what it's like. But I think our kids were the only 2 kids in there. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still fun.
Yeah.
They had a good time, and Miles probably drank water. And you probably had some kind of mocktail,
I had a
lemonade thing.
mocktail, but like I wouldn't go again.
He wouldn't go again.
I
So there you
was-
go. Now I get to
I-
go after 8.
Mine, it was like, it was 2 on the sparkling water side of it, which I don't like.
Was it club soda? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So which
It
flavorless.
was, I thought it was good. Like,
But what else was in it? Do you remember?
Was it like a lemonade or something?
Yeah. It was just way too fizzy.
Bubbly.
Yeah.
And because of all the bubbles, he could not care to enjoy as much at Ohana as he would have liked.
Like, I didn't
Made that
even
up.
drink half of it.
Oh,
I didn't.
I don't remember that.
Well, he owes us for that drink. Just kidding.
I don't think we pay for drinks there.
He owes Nupsy and Gigi for that drink. Yeah. Anyway, overall, it was cool. It was fun. You sit there long enough, and you start to be able to play along with the little things that are happening when people order drinks.
It kind of reminded me of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show when you go to the live show. It calls for certain things when somebody, orders this, everyone says this, and it has these props, and it was very
It was
cool.
really cool.
And you're there long enough, you kind of start to catch on to the sayings and the things
Yeah.
that happen, which is kind of like Rocky
Like-
Horror Picture Show.
There's something about, like, it's like a storm.
I was just about to
You
say.
have to swim.
My
and-
favorite part was the storm, but don't do any spoilers.
Okay.
We have some footage too,
Yeah.
so you'll see a little bit.
It's fun and it's funny, and everyone just has a good time. And but it was cool. Again, our first time. But I probably wouldn't take the boys again. Miles gets really bored with stuff if it's not like exciting, and I think he was bored.
Clearly,
So there you go.
Miles is gone.
Yes, Miles is very excited to be on
Got very
on
good.
video.